Okay, good morning. It's Friday. It's Friday, November 1st, the first day of November. You know what I told Jill this morning when we were coming into the office? I said, might be time to start setting up for Christmas because it's my favorite time of year. And you know what? It may be 80 degrees and humid and kind of nasty outside here in Houston, but it doesn't spoil that spirit. So, welcome everybody. Thanks for being here. Daniel, good to see you. Uh, yeah, I'm. Is it good? It's Friday. I don't know. How about the title? Would y'all see an AI therapist? I don't even know what it would be like. Do they have them out now? I mean, I would like to go actually try it. I would do that if I knew there was one out there. If y'all know of one, I'd like to go talk to them and just see what the experience is like compared to when I do it in person for myself, even. But I do think AI therapists could be valuable in certain terms. So don't think I would say it's just not good at all. I think it can have some pretty good impacts. David, great to see you. Ricky, Ladybugs, good morning. Is it cold anywhere y'all are? I wish it was cold here. It's not cold here. Excuse me. Even if the AI gave the exact same answer as my therapist, it would not feel real. Exactly, Zach. That's the truth. Like it's not a real person. So it's not genuine. You can't see their body language and well, maybe you could if they had it really AI. And what if one day they have those, what are they called? Holograms or whatever, where you actually see like the person here, but they're not real. But I do think, Evelyn, that's a good point, is to be able to have question answer things could be super valuable. Less than 40, David. That's what I want. 40 would be fine. I would take that. And it's snowing nutty squirrel in Minnesota. Man, I know y'all probably hate it when it all just sludges around and it's terrible, but we never get it here. So obviously we would love it. Man, yeah, Rod Wave show, Ladybugs, last night. Nick and I went to the Rod Wave concert in Houston. He is back and better than ever. He was on fire. He played a lot of songs and he did kind of medleys of different songs too. So he got even more songs in than was already on the list. So it was really good. And Nick and I got there. Unfortunately, didn't really get to see many of the opening acts. We got there and we were late. With traffic was terrible outside the arena. We got in and we had perfect seats on the 8th row. It was very nice. And everybody was pumped up to see him. So it was a lot of fun. Tons of different songs out there. So we'll probably be posting what we have pretty soon. Therapy is such an American thing for the average person. Jeff, I don't know that that's true anymore because I see a lot of people from Europe. I have seen a lot of people, and I've seen therapists from Europe. It's much bigger than we think in terms of that. But I think, I don't know if it's an American thing. Never seen a real therapist because I've never opened up. Yeah. But an AI therapist just has me skeptical. It's like it's not a real person, so it's a computer actually talking to me. I would need to know my therapist is going through no problems. Good. Zach, you can ask your therapist that always. But I'll tell you this, because my early work was with children, young children, as young as two years and up. And I've learned how to do therapy with children, which was this huge, amazing thing. And I wasn't married, didn't have children, and people would ask me that, like, you're not married, you don't have children, how can you help children? Because you've been trained on it. It's like a doctor. Just because I haven't had a heart attack doesn't mean I can't help you understand how to work with a heart attack. There are ways to be able to do it. Now, as a parent and being married for almost 25 years, I can tell you there are good and bad things about having been a parent and then work with children. It's not all great. And probably more Americans get get therapy. I would assume that. I think it's more normalized in America. But I do think a lot of people get it. And I think also culturally, different people see therapy. Some people see it as not It's something you don't do. You don't open yourself up. You don't share your life with somebody else like that. For sure. AI therapists can't judge you. I would wonder if I disagree with that. Because the AI could be programmed to be as human as you want it to be, right? So it could say, I think AI things could be judgmental. Blueberry muffin. AI therapist won't put me in a psych ward. I don't know, man. Daniel, I don't know these days. But the way things are going in at least our country, you gotta be careful what you say. Like, you talk to me, listen to this. You talk to me, I've had people come in and say, and I've had people who have been like on TV or in the news or sports figures who they don't want their information spread. So they said, I'm paying you cash. I don't want notes taken. This is completely private. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Because if anything has a record, it can be followed and traced, potentially. If you see an AI therapist, imagine what you say can and will be used against you possibly. That's what I would worry about. If I say a certain thing, is that gonna like hold me? Like somebody could come into me and talk about doing shady activity or something, or talk about doing potentially, illegal activities. Well, my job is not to report people just because they break the law. It's to report people if they're going to harm themselves or someone else, but not because they have tax issues or they're cheating somebody or I don't know, but an AI person could. You could tell an AI therapist that you've been cheating on your spouse and somehow computeristically that could get back. I don't know, man. I worry about where the record's kept in the cloud. But here, when I have paper and I write, I choose what I put down. I'm curious. Now you got me thinking whether it's actually a good idea or not. I'm not sure about that. AI therapy. Oh, y'all, I think I have a hernia. I'm going to get a CT scan in a few weeks. 2 weeks, actually, to see. I'm hoping it'll see if there is one there. That would help. Because I can tell when I strain the core, I can feel it. That's just my problem, not y'all's. I hope y'all have a great day today. Who do you sue for HIPAA violations? Exactly. Ladybugs, exactly. Like it introduces all kinds of things. Like your information, what you say is going somewhere, and if something gets leaked, who do you sue? But I do think I'll say for like parenting, for communication, like I want skill development with communicating with my wife or my children, I would think that could be super valuable AI wise because there's really good I mean, if you ask me about, how to set limits with children or how to discipline them, how to communicate, I can tell you specific wording to use. Like that part, I think could be super helpful for people with AI and could be done easily. It's just the therapy part, I think. What's up, Goated? And JC? We went to the Rod Wave concert last night, everybody. And here I am, rising and shining today. It was late, but it wasn't super late. I think it was on time because Rod Wave came on at 9:30 and finished, I think, right at 11. So it was about an hour and a half set, which was great. And he has an amazing stage this year, y'all. If you like Rod Wave and you want to go to a good concert, it is set up to where there's not just a stage up front anymore. The stage goes way out and it kind of goes up and has a big circle and then goes up more where he lifts up and goes over the crowd, which is pretty cool. But the main stage is a big circle and you feel a lot closer to him than any time before. So it's pretty cool. Mama Ton, good to see you in the room. Thanks for showing up here bright and early in the morning. For me, not for you. There can be benefits. Yep, I think AI can have some benefits, Mama. The drawbacks to me are the personal connection of being a real human and also the fear from me, now that I think about it, about where is this information going? Like, I don't know if you're really keeping this somewhere or if somebody else has it. And if I say the wrong thing, you know, oh man, could be questionable. Yeah, who do you trust? If it disguised itself as Tom Stevens, what if I could create an AI of myself? You know the deal with that though? I think if I created an artificial, intelligent, whatever human for me, y'all would know. I would like to do that and see if you could really tell the difference, because there are little subtle things probably that you can tell. Morning, Heather. Good to see you. Oh, today's your Monday. I hope your workday's going okay. This live could be you testing your AI. That would be cool if it was actually, I was able to do that. I think they're going to come out with that, where it's like you can create your own version of AI for yourself for $99.99. Join our Patreon and you can do that too. I wish I could spread myself out. I had somebody at the Rod Wave concert last night. This guy stopped me and he goes, "Hey, my girlfriend loves you. Can I get a picture of her with you?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "She wants you to be her therapist." And I said, "Come on, call up." And it was so sweet. She was so kind. And I thought, I want to be able to spread out and be available to more people, but it's so difficult because there's so many hours in the day, man. It's just not enough time, y'all. I know, worry about the AI calling the popo. It's Heather's birthday? Is it really your birthday, Heather? Did I have fun last night? Hey, Mama Taunt, again. Yes. Yes, I had a good time. It was a lot of standing, so eventually Nick and I ended up sitting down a little bit because it's a long show, but it was a great show. He played great songs. The crowd was so hyped because, you know, he only played the first show and then canceled all of California and has come here, and now he's canceled. He's moved Dallas from today to tomorrow, and I think he may be moving Denver. Like, I feel like the problem with Rod Wave's shows is that the setup, it is much more elaborate this year. There's not just a stage set up. It is a full on, it goes all the way through the pit, the stage does. And there's a big screen overhead that shows him and video and all that kind of stuff. And I can see how the setup would take some serious time if they haven't practiced doing it a whole lot and going from arena to arena. So I feel like he's gonna almost have to have a day in between shows to do this setup. But I don't know, maybe not. Harton Krebs? Oh my gosh, y'all. Harton, it's so good to see you. This is like a son of mine. And I love this guy. Harton, it's great to see you. Thanks for showing up here. I cannot believe I just saw your name right below Mama Taunt. But Harton was best friends with my son Tony in preschool. This goes back, you know, over 15 years, and moved away to Brunei and then came back to the States. And Harton, where are you now? You don't have to tell me a whole lot, but text me. I know you've got my number, so text me and let me know what you're doing. I still have your hoodie with the design you made on it, the coffee mug with the design you made on it, and I can't wait to hear how you're doing. And I want to see you sometime because I miss you. Hartman is just like a son to me. Yep. I would always say, "Hey son, how you doing?" He's like, "Good, father, how are you?" Oh, Harton, I love you. Oh, it's crazy that we meet up here. Yeah, you know, need to go check out Rod Wave Mama Taunt, especially 25. Go look up 25 Rod Wave. Such a good song about life and how things are going. Man, yeah. Talking about your life isn't for everyone. Helps a lot of people, but not everyone. That's true. I think it can help everyone. It doesn't help everyone, though. Everyone doesn't just attract to like talking about things. Especially men have an issue, but also different cultures. I've noticed different cultures who want to share or don't want to share. throughout my time. The hardest work is couples, no doubt. Couples work is the hardest. W. Harden. Was the show fun? John Keegan, it was a blast. Nick and I had a blast. There was a lot of traffic outside the arena. Side note, we got to see a lot of people. I couldn't believe people were stopping us. I mean, it's just odd to me, but I think partially I stood out as a middle-aged white man when most of the crowd was African American, I think. But it's hard for me to tell because everybody's dressed up. There were people in costumes because it was Halloween. But I stick out like a sore thumb, man. Like, I mean, I have my Rod Wave hoodie on, but I'm not in the demographic that would be sitting there jamming out to Rod Wave. Although there are some, and people stopped and talked, young, old, not really old, young people. I say young because everybody compared to me is young, right, Mama? But it was a blast, and we got to take pictures with people, had great seats, so thankful for that. Toughest problem people come to you with? I would say the toughest problem, number one, is addiction to anything, just being really trapped in addiction. Number two would probably be some type of depression, which is pretty heavy, meaning it's very difficult for them to get out of it, especially if their life situation is not improving, like things around them are not getting better. That is one of the toughest to be able to really tread through that with them. But the last one, which is probably the most pivotal, is when anyone's lost a child. Like that's the most heartbreaking and feeling like unfixable thing there is. It's just horrible. So, we see situations of people who just have stress and worry and anxiety or challenges, and then we see that, so we have big swings of clients we see. There's a lot of, it's a lot of up and down. I can imagine, Heather. Hang in there with it. Hang in there. I know it's day by day. Sometimes it's hour by hour. A lot of irritation. Go for walks, Heather. Try to walk as much as you can. Try to think about where the irritation is in your body, honestly. Is it in your head? Do you feel pressure and stress in your head? Do you feel just a tightening of certain part of your body, muscles? And go for a walk and just think about those areas and those spots, how big they are, how heavy they are, and what you're irritated about. Just go straight to that irritation and walk. Morning's going good. Giraffe milk. I've never had giraffe milk. I wonder what that tastes like. It's going good though. I'm super pumped. It's Friday. I get to see all my college people today. It's a college day, which is great. I don't know why they just all ended up scheduled on Fridays like this. It's fun. Good job, Jeff. Abstinent for 8 years. Congrats on that. Like, that is not a small feat at all. For the spicy or sexy, there probably is, but I'm not in the demographic, Daniel. Oh, y'all, you're so funny. Does your family ever go to you for therapy? Yes, it does. And sometimes it can feel weird. There are times I have to say, this is more than I can really help you with. If it's like parenting or like marriage tips of like, how do you handle a confrontation like this or a conflict? That's great. But if it's like telling life stories and things that go on, I usually say, yeah, this is probably not what I need to be hearing. Hey, Riley. It's good to know. Just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they aren't out to get you. David. I love how we can laugh in here. 4-year anniversary with your job, Old Navy. Good job, John Keegan. 4 years. Notice how Nick's not in here today? He's probably sleeping because we were out late last night and I had to get up and grind. It's all about grinding. Perfect timing. Rib Juice 999. Appreciate the 999 community, 100%. Okay, one more minute and then I gotta go. Boy. What's coming up this weekend? Something's coming up this weekend. I can't think of it. I know my college U of H is starting the basketball season on Monday. I don't think we have a live stream this weekend. I don't know what else. Morning's going good. I hope your morning goes good. True that some therapists can also get depressed dealing with different clients. Yes. Yes. Kareem, 100% therapists can. If you don't either have your own therapy or you don't have a good balance of how you do your work and you don't get sucked into the world of the client, that's what really is the biggest challenge. You cannot make that client's world your world, because then you're no good to your own family, or your own self. Yep, Heather, I hope you have a good day. You're working today, I'm assuming. Remember, hour at a time, drink water, go for walks, get rest, find some gum, Skittles, I don't know, M&M's, something just to chew on to avoid, and find new places to do things instead of smoking. Just, all that you're doing it. It's just miserable. It sucks to suck sometimes going through there. It's just part of the withdrawal stuff. Yep. Hope everybody else has a good day too. Too cold outside for a walk. No, I want it to be that way here. Too cold to go outside for a walk. Y'all have a great day. Enjoy yourself. I know you will. Stay tuned. And I can't wait to see you on the next Reaction Therapy.